Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Escape your everyday with out-of-this-world action. From the gritty apocalypse of the Walking Dead universe to the cyberpunk realm of The Watch and the criminal underbelly of Gangs of London, AMC Plus is more than entertaining. It's epic. Feel all the chills and thrills with Shudder's halfway to Halloween month. Experience Shudder's biggest month of horror featuring a new season of Creepshow and new movie premieres every week. All available ad-free and on demand. Start your free trial today at amcplus.com.
Look at that.
Oh, shit, for bed.
Okay, welcome back to...
Wait, hang on, give me a minute to compose.
Well, that needs sound clipping forever, doesn't it? Ross's big fucking grufty bear.
Ready?
Are you ready?
I think so. We'll find out what we... Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Around. For the first time ever, I think, we're doing a proper In Your House number 7. But before we get into that, joining me is the world-famous Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
Irritated throat, so you're not going to hear a lot from me. It's probably good.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a bad thing? Should we always give you an irritated throat?
To be fair, after the noise that you've just made off mic, then I don't think I'm the only one that maybe doesn't have.
I could be really lazy on my editing. That could be in.
Yeah, that's very
Please,
true. Very true. We did press record.
Well, I'm not going to say what it is, but if you leave it in, then let us know. Put it in the comments. I don't know, whatever you do on these.
Tweet us.
At Rest Around.
Or come along to the Twitch streams on a Wednesday and a Sunday at twitch.tv/Rest Around.
Not listen. Oh, I don't know what day it is. Continue.
Joining me as well is Lou Markham. Lou, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Ross. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Well,
thank you for asking.
Well, a lot of people aren't asking us because a lot of people after last week hate you. Did you know?
Come up from my impassioned rants.
Controversial comments at the beginning of last week's episode.
Of a tag division that needs 2 women's tag teams, and exactly that got released.
I mean, one of those people is our very own Terry Peters.
Well, I got that impression as the show was recorded. And
another person is our very own Lou Markham.
Yeah, it's because he kept writing like "Die Ross Die" on paper and holding up at the camera, didn't he, throughout the last episode? Which I guess
it means the Ross.
Yeah. He'd already wrote it though before we did the episode. So maybe he was just there. Yo, people don't like the truth. And I'm here to sit the truth.
What, like you?
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to blow up though, did I? Really? I didn't expect Billy Kay to retweet it. That was what shocked me.
Yeah, well, she can go fuck herself. Anyhow, enough of that. We had that last week. We're going to hear why I'm right about wrestling. Then listen to last week's episode. But we've got more important news. So at the time of recording, we've had the first ever Wrestling Around Wrestling Association. Wrestling Around
Wrestling Federation Weekly Wednesdays Wrestling.
We've had the first ever episode. How did it go?
Oh, record views on Twitch, Russ.
You had quite a lot last night.
We peaked at 7, so
that's good.
We'll see how we're doing in the ratings. We got one new follower, but it turned out it was Terry trying to get a notification, which is fine.
That's good. It does fiddling stuff.
It does fiddling stuff. Yeah. Cook the books, but yeah, rip roaring success. Let's go through the results as we can remember them. The Head business is now known. Business Pig and Business Horse. They picked up a win against the Good Brewers in the tag team title tournament.
Oh, shock.
But is their association with the Big Bad Wolf going to last? Some people think he's up to something.
Can you trust the Big Bad Wolf?
Yeah, he was there. He celebrated him at the end, but can you trust him? Business Pig was looking at him thinking, I don't know about you, mate.
I don't know about you, mate, but I've had 3 houses and they've all fell down.
Yeah, so that happened. What else happened? Big Mel Gorilla made his debut. Crushing win against...
There's normal wrestlers as well. There's not all animal related.
El Mago, he was there.
Impressive debut from the BMG.
Yeah. Terry Peters was unlucky. He put a spirited effort against Braun Strowman. And some people say he won it because he did leave the cage first. But it was because Braun Strowman body slammed through it. So we don't know for sure what happened there.
Is there going to be a rematch?
Adam Pacitti lost to Michael P.S. Hayes in about 20 seconds, which is disappointing for everyone involved, really, I think.
I think it was.
I think I turned off after I'd controversially lost.
He'd had enough, Peters. He'd got rid.
Controversial booking decision in that Randy Hogan lost his first match to Kevin the Frog with interference from mid-2000s Chris Jericho, which no one expected. That was I didn't even book that. That just happened.
What does this mean, though? What does this mean for the future?
Well, we're going to find out next week when Randy Hogan takes on 2010 Chris Jericho, I think it was. In an on-title match.
Kevin the Frog get the title opportunity that is big.
Well, we'll have to find out, won't we? And then obviously the main event, Colonel Sanders got a slight power revenge on Ronald McDonald.
Something tells me that storyline's not over.
Well, the storyline's not over because it turns out in the tag team title tournament that Colonel Sanders and Drumstick have been drawn against Samoa Joe and Ronald McDonald next week or tonight as this goes out.
Will Samoa Joe be a double champ?
That's in the tag team main event, tag team tournament, first round. Yeah, he's going for 2 titles. Anything could happen.
Big draw. It's a big draw for the first round.
Anything could happen in the rest of the federation. It's almost like I'm making it up on the fly, anyways. But there we go.
Well, what else have we had? We had.
We also rated the guy, and he fucking loved it, didn't he? He absolutely loved it. There's only 2 of us on, and then I didn't realize because I don't know how to use Twitch. I rated him, and then didn't know how to get to his stream because the Xbox app doesn't switch you across. So I then said hi, but I was on my other account, so it just looked like some random guy saying hi to him.
Oh, outrageous!
Yeah, I had a good time.
We also had Team Sting wipe the floor with Team Undertaker.
No, they lost. They lost. They lost to Team Undertaker.
Team Undertaker wipe the floor with Team Sting. And is there possibly going to be a trios championship where you have to beat all of your gimmicks?
Well, there is, Ross, but also I realised that there's 4 Daniel Bryans and 4 Stings, so that's something we can look into.
There's going to be a 4-on-4.
Could be a 4-on-4.
And Anderson retained his henchman title.
Yeah, you remember the results better. I didn't forgotten. Yeah, I did. Against Bull Buchanan, Spirit Fest. That's defended every week, the henchman title. That's the rule.
It was a spirited effort by Bull Buchanan and some dirty tactics by Anderson.
Yeah, he did. He had his feet on the ropes, but wrestling around rules means there are no rules, so anything could happen.
That is the case. But join us tonight for the second episode.
Yeah, 7:30 tonight. Twitch.tv/wrestlearound.
Big tag team match on the main event. And it's the road to Wrestle Around Backlash.
Yes, yeah.
Wrestle Around Mania Backlash.
rolls off the tongue.
It does.
As easy as that.
Top stuff. Who knew? Who knew? Like it would take us a year and we've got our own wrestling promotion.
Yeah, what culture? It took them about 3 years, didn't it? So fuck those guys.
We're there then.
Done it quicker. We've got Kurt Angle next. We've got Kurt Angle next week.
Who's he against?
I've just claimed that. I don't know. We'll find out.
Is that next week? Is in tonight or the week after?
Next week after. We're playing ahead.
Who says but long-term storytelling? That's what
Kurt Angle with hair. He's not been seen for like 20 years, so it's a big deal for everyone involved.
Is there more than one iteration of Kurt Angle?
There's 2 Kurt Angles on there.
Well,
not 3. We'll have to get TNA Kurt Angle.
He needs another one to be part of the
Tangle.
Yeah.
We'll need Tangle.
Yeah, we'll have to get his Jason Statham beard and hair kind of thing going on for a bit.
But like old Kurt Angle, where he looks like a
GM Kurt Angle, yeah. Podcast Kurt Angle.
Old Kurt Angle with the weird hand wrap.
Yeah.
The
fingers.
stars and
that's called. Or graps in it, not fingers.
Fingers. I don't know. Anyhow, back to the show.
That was a good roundup. Thanks for that, Russ.
That was good. We'll do it every week.
Yeah, should we plug Terry's Twitch over here?
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Bell Nation.
There you go.
He only gets one. I've limited now to one show.
For now. After
the threatening messages he sent to me last week.
Yeah.
He's getting one show.
I told you, the Ross D.
We're doing In Your House 7. Good friends.
Then, let us in.
Better enemies.
Better enemies.
1, 2, and no.
So first ever proper In Your House. And I hopefully this will be our last ever proper In Your House.
I had In Your House 1 and 2 on DVD. There you go.
Did you? Did you watch him repeatedly? Is this going to be like when you're Unforgiven? You absolutely loved the pay-per-view. Turns out it was terrible.
did I don't know how often I watched them, to be fair. I'd randomly, here's one for you. When I went to put this on the WE network, apparently I'd watched the first 2 matches at some point since signing up. I don't know how, where, or when.
Well, you do love an Owen Hart tag match,
but
so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, well, maybe. But I'd watched the first 2 matches, but I just thought it was very random that I was like, hang on, when have I ever watched this?
Can you call the second match a match?
Well, you call it something. We'll get there.
We will get there. Lou, is this your first ever proper in your house? Or like Terry Peters, you were closet in your house fan?
Can we count NXT TakeOver in your house? Because it was the same set.
No.
And they both had Todd Pettingill.
No, we can't.
In that case, yeah, this is my first one.
But last one?
I've seen it before, because St. Valentine's Day Massacre, that was in your house, wasn't it?
Unforgiven 97.
But yeah, the first proper house set, numbered one.
First proper in your house.
Would you like to know what was it in your house 1 and 2? Any highlights?
I feel like you want to tell us. Go on,
Go for
please.
it.
Bret Hart versus Akushi at number 1.
Classic.
Razor Ramon beats Jeff Jarrett and the Brody at number 1. Owen Hart and Yokozuna beat the Smoking Guns at number 1.
My God, I love it.
Jerry Lawler versus Bret Hart at number 1.
Stacked card.
2 matches.
That's what. Yeah, 2 matches with Bret Hart.
Fuck.
In your house 2, you get the Roadie versus 1-2-3 Kid before Unforgiven 2000. What else do you get? Shawn versus Jeff Jarrett. Owen and Yokozuna again beat the Allied Powers, which are Lex Luger and British Bulldog. And then Diesel versus Sid in a lumberjack match.
All right.
But there's actually more matches on this card than is shown.
What, in your house 7?
3 dark main events.
3 dark main events.
And there was a free one on Free For All. So the one on Free For All was Mark Mero with Sable defeated the 1-2-3 Kid with Ted DiBiase by DQ. Hunter Hearst Helmsley getting involved there, which would lead on to the 3 dark main events, which is Savio Vega versus Stone Cold with Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase's on twice, never gets on TV.
Savio Vega beat Stone Cold.
And Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeated Mark Mero with Sable. And then The Undertaker with Paul Bearer defeated Mankind.
Mankind ought to be in there, man, Fanny. Not been on pay-per-view yet. He only debuted on the Raw after WrestleMania 12. Mankind.
I think I would have rather put all them 3 dark main events in the actual show.
Well, look, kick it off, wasn't it? Because before I get started, because I've done this before, Mark Mero, he was Johnny B. Bad, right?
Yes.
So I think he made his debut after WrestleMania 12 as well.
I always thought he
not
moved.
a new blood, lot of switcheroos.
Sable's
I always thought
very
he
young
moved
here
after the Outsiders moved.
He was on Uncensored 96, was he not? Which would have been
Because he was like the original.
The same time.
Wasn't he like the WWF's original like fixed contract, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
So I always thought he was after.
Guaranteed contracts on it, yeah.
I always thought he was after Nash and Hall.
They're not fixed contracts, Ross, as we learned last week.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
About US contract law. But basically, the reason why they were in your house number 7 is it's the last pay-per-view.
Nothing else happened this week? Oh, okay, yeah, and that as well. Yeah.
It's the last pay-per-view with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall before they went to WCW and changed the wrestling landscape forever.
So they went on the 19th of May. That was the last time you saw the Click. That was the curtain call.
In 3 weeks. And
you do mention the Click a lot in this, especially the main event.
We'll
that main event. I'm almost to the point of agreeing with Ross on Kevin Nash in the main event, but we'll get there.
We will get there because I am right yet again. So this is In Your House, number 7, Good Friends Better Enemies. It happened on April 28th, 1996. It was the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania 12. It was in the Omaha Civic Auditorium, Omaha, Nebraska. 9,563 people there. Lou, what were them 9,563 people eating and drinking?
Don't know, Ross, because the stadium is no more.
Oh.
But I've got some facts about Nebraska.
Well, I'm all for them. Go on.
Penny from The Big Bang Theory is from Nebraska.
That is true.
Continue. Yeah.
Thank you. Join us next week where Lou has more facts about Nebraska. Is it going to be Nebraska every week? Or are you going to...
No, I'll do it. I can do the relevant state.
Are you after a Nebraskan fact?
Sure.
Terry Peters going to pull one out of thin area.
Yep. Let's have a look. Nebraska is the birthplace of the Reuben sandwich.
Oh, I've had one of them. I always thought that was New York.
So did I.
I believe it's pastrami. Is it pastrami on rye? A bit of cheese.
Spam is produced in Fairmont, Nebraska.
Is it Reuben, not the sauerkraut?
Pastrami on, pastrami rye, a bit of sauerkraut in there, a bit of cheese.
Nebraska has more miles of river than any other state.
Oh.
Which leads me on to Nebraska has the US largest aquifer of underground lake/water supply.
If you're ever dehydrated, Nebraska's the place to be.
Yeah, that was better than my fact. Oh, was it though? Because mine was quite good though, wasn't it?
Yours was off. Like, you didn't use the Goog.
No, I just remember that scene where Sheldon's looking for somewhere to move and he goes, Penny, you're from Nebraska, right? Born and raised. And he just crosses it off. It's classic. That's it. But do you know where the name Nebraska comes from?
Is it Native Indian?
I've no idea. I was just asking.
No, right. It's going to surprise us all then.
No.
I've no idea. There's some weird state names. I'm not going to annoy all the Americans.
Not again.
All these things are rubbish. I'm sick of your dates as well. Your dates like everybody else.
The football stadium is the third most populated place on game day at 90,000 people.
That's good. Mad for the college sports out in the States.
Behind Omaha and Lincoln, and then that holds 90,000 people.
Yeah, Lincoln, Nebraska, named after
Abe Lincoln.
Terry Lincoln, his brother.
Imagine.
Terry Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln, the famous vampire hunter, as I'm pretty sure we discussed.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Former wrestler. I think for a laugh, Finch should put him in the Legacy Hall of Fame.
But Abe Lincoln.
You know, he did the little package at the beginning of the Hall of Fame where all the real old guys. Yeah. Just throw Abe Lincoln in there, see what happens.
See what people say. See if anyone even sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't say that Abe Lincoln doesn't deserve to go in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I don't know what they do for wrestling.
Doesn't matter. He's just a good egg, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all right, isn't he? Did some things.
Did some good stuff, didn't he? So yeah. You can't, because then that looks like you're against what Abe Lincoln stood for. So you can't, there was a big war about that, wasn't there? Mm-hmm. But anyhow, enough of American politics, because it's been...
It's been a time. This is what happens. Mentions American politics and someone just stormed his office. Shocking.
The big bear's just shown up and nicked his flag.
I wouldn't say shots fired, but that's probably quite likely.
Oh, God.
No, just ban him. Just ban him. 45 and 30 days they had. Just ban him. Ridiculous. He's not even used anymore. I don't even know what's wrong with him. Right, anyhow. Yeah, we start off with a Shawn Michaels and Diesel video package. It was different, wasn't it? This video package, the old narration.
Definitely before the Attitude Era, aren't they?
Do we feel as though the players need to drop some bombs in Nebraska?
Yeah, it's all right, wasn't it? Play in the beginning, it goes in your house, and then a play goes and drops WWF bombs, some wrestling bombs.
Yes,
one before CM Punk's pipe bomb.
Yeah,
I wonder if that was how the set was made. They just like packaged it all up and dropped it. That's how they get him in the opener.
I thought you'd missed the plane at first, then Ross, with that look that you give me.
To be fair, I didn't know what you was talking about, Piers. Not for the first time.
It's no different to usual then.
I mean, I watched this like 2 hours ago, and I'm already trying to block it from my memory.
No,
so, I thought it was all dog shit.
Let's settle this right at the beginning, right? So, do you remember, like, a year ago, we were watching Uncensored 96, happened around the same time. Oh, fucking shit, this is shit. Was it or was it not better than WWF at the same time period?
I'd rather watch it. I'd rather watch that. They were both, to be clear, they were both horse shit.
I'd rather watch this.
But you're giving me 3 cages, or you're giving me a 17-minute Kevin Nash match.
I'm also giving you
3 cages.
Brewers the fucking bar beefcake with pans for us, so, you know.
I'd say this.
The booty man. Or the booty babe.
I'm a booty babe.
You don't know what this is? Uncensored 96?
Fucking too right, I would.
Outrageous. Sacrilegious.
He's wrong. He's dead wrong. You're wrong, Peter.
Blasphemous.
Dead wrong.
This was just boring all the way through, as we'll discuss. But
I've heard some good stuff.
I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was awful. Anyhow, that was the video package. We didn't get Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary.
1, 2, and no.
Thank God Vince decided not to do a commentary anymore because he's awful, isn't he?
He's so excited like all the time.
I'm sure he had Jim Ross doing interviews. He's there.
It's just awful, isn't it? It's so bad.
Do we know what Michael P.S. Hayes is called this time?
Doc Hendricks, isn't it?
But the old Doc Hendricks.
Doc Hendricks.
But yeah, Vince gives it a real old school vibe, though, don't you think? Like
Yes.
it's just really excited about everything, don't he?
But
I like watching Vince commentate because obviously you know he's the owner, you know who he wants to get over, and you can definitely just tell he's not subtle about it at times, is he?
No, that's all.
This is like regarded as like the worst era of WWE, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's.
You can see in the main event. You can see when they're kind of moving across to something else.
I was going to say it's in that weird phase of where everyone's got a job. It's like you still got Bob Sparkplug Holly being a racing car driver.
It's not on this.
So having actual sort of no, but this is what I mean. At this time, he was Bob Sparkplug Holly.
You got the pig farmers,
and then
has the action era started?
No,
Austin's not even. As we'll cover in a later episode this year, Austin's not even been King of the Ring yet.
No,
he's still a ringmaster at this point.
There's a thing, isn't it?
It's not even the scratch logo yet.
People say Goldust is the start of the Attitude Era, and Shawn Michaels.
I wouldn't say it's weird seeing Goldust do his character at this point, but I wouldn't say he was the start of the Attitude Era. I think he was something a little bit different for the time, but I wouldn't say he was like this.
He's edgy though, wasn't he?
He's a bit edgy. I think Shawn Michaels is not. I think they've kind of retroactively said that about Shawn Michaels because he missed the most popular part. There was a skit with Dusty Rhodes did it with him on Raw once where he was like, when did this WWF start again? And like, good. And it was like 98. And when did it King go down? It's 2002. And they asked him like when he was injured, and it was the same time period. It was like, damn it, Dusty.
Well, Goldust as well. He's like he stands out like a sore thumb here, doesn't he?
Yeah,
does stand out, but
especially in the match that he's in.
Yeah, he's an Oscar statue, though, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just a weird time. You would hope. I was going to say like hopefully like this time is now, but this time has been going on for about 10 years. But you know what I mean? Where you're like they're on the cusp of something, but they're not. I don't really know. Obviously, the kind of it's weird to also today. It's weird to see like someone's last match be in the main event, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I mean, they fucking bury Kevin Nash in the pre-match. For the pre-match video, they fucking bury him.
They reckon. I was reading the start of the Attitude Era apparently is the screw job. Which is
depends what you look at. That's quite late, though, isn't it? That was like
very
97.
talked about point in wrestling. No one ever really covers that. Maybe we should look into that more.
Was it 97 that one, wasn't
it?
Yeah, because Austin didn't win the title till 1998, did he?
No. So I mean, it's so weird this sort of transition period.
Yeah, just think that Mick Foley's only been in the company a month at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you would put Foley in when's. I was going to say, when did he get chucked off the cell?
98.
No, it was 98, wasn't it? So that's quite late as well.
It does feel weird. I mean, even when Rush Uncensored 96 last year, it feels weird that we're only like at this point 3 months away from the NWO. It feels.
Yeah,
we feel a million miles away from any of that at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh god,
WWE still feels a million miles away from what it did in about a year's time as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, they didn't really react.
Yeah,
to start with, did they? They carried on with this stuff.
Yeah,
before doing.
They are already trying to change before the NWO because they brought in the new generation stuff. They're giving new people the belt and that. So they are.
Yeah, but that's only because they had. That's because they had to. Because the big wrestlers from the 80s had gone, so they had to find someone new.
Yeah, this was when was the steroid trial?
95.
Yeah, so this was they had to push small guys for that reason, didn't they? I think as well.
Because Hogan, he'd gone by this point, hadn't he?
He was fighting Tyra Doom.
I was going to say, of course he was. Yeah,
94, yeah, he went a couple of years ago.
No Savage.
Yeah, Savage is gone.
He's also in the Tyra Dome.
Exactly.
Yeah. No Brutus. That's the big one. That's what I'm missing out on. Really.
No Flair.
No Mean Gene. Was Mean Gene on there? Was he gone?
Yeah, Flair wasn't there for very long. Flair was 92. He wasn't there for very long.
We left 93, didn't he? Yeah.
I'm just saying though, it's somebody else that they've had, and again, around that steroid trial time has gone. So like I said, they didn't have anyone to put the belt on. God, this sounds like we actually know what we're on about, doesn't it? It's a bit weird this. And this is kind of why it's a new generation.
Yes.
Oh, could they do Ross?
He wasn't there that much longer anyway, was he?
No, because he's a fucking mess. Well, he's dead now, rest in peace. But he was.
When did he leave? He left.
Let's have a look. Let's get it up. Let's get the Googles.
He was there at In Your House. Oh no, he was scheduled to be at In Your House 9, but the Yeah, so he was meant to be in Your House 9, but they've terminated his contract after he no-showed for that. So there you go. So yeah, he was gone very. Yeah, he was.
This is in Your House 7, else it was like 2 months later.
Yeah, I was going to say this is. Yeah, that was July. So there you go. So even though we weren't there very long either.
There we go. I've wrote here, the set is literally a house. Yeah,
that's what they are. On number 1 and 2,
I did particularly enjoy
on number
the
1
garage
and 2.
on the
the thing where it drives.
the garage opens.
On number 1 or number 2, they actually give away a house. They give away a house, and they play a game where you have to find the key that matches the lock, and you unlock. I can't remember, but it's incredible stuff.
Yeah, I think I've seen that clip.
I've heard about that.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's no $1 Million Mania, that's for sure.
No, he died.
No, that's what he's giving away $1 million.
He did. Yeah, and then it was like you need to stop it. It's like for $4 million away, and he's like, "Well, I guess I'll die now. I'll get me out of it." So
the set fell on him.
Faked his own death. Yeah, no, he didn't fake his own death. He just got injured. He was like, "Paul, I can't feel my legs." It was that one, wasn't it? The year before, he died because the draft became like annual draft / kill Vince. Because it happened like 3 years in a row, 2 or 3 years.
Was that when the car blew up?
Yeah.
Was that the car? When did the car blow up?
That was the year before, and then obviously he had to care like Benoit died, so he's like, actually, guys, I'm not dead.
Yeah, because the memorial show was supposed to be a Vince memorial, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, let's talk about tense and fate. And then, the year after, because I think Vince really wanted to get off TV. So he was just like, right, I'll just, what better way to get off TV than dying?
Yeah, but then isn't that what started the rivalry with Trump? And then he put himself on TV and made himself ECW champion.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That's him, Vince. He wanted to be off TV. He booked himself in a Hell in a Hell in a Cell with DX.
He booked himself against God as well. So
God, yep.
Yeah, definitely wanted to be off TV.
Again, another story for another day.
I'm sure we'll get to that eventually.
Oh boy.
The first match then, Pete's favourite match, because it's Owen Hart in a tag team with British Bulldog. They go against Ahmed Johnson and Jay the Snake Roberts.
Stacked here.
Bulldog.
Yeah, you're looking stacked.
Yeah, it was scared of snakes, don't they? They come out with Jim Connor and Clarence Mason. And then there's like a weird interview with Jake Roberts that I guess the commentary team are doing.
Well, I was reading into this. Jake Roberts returned at the 96 Rumble and he was gone by February 97. And this, obviously, it's mad what he does in that year. Like, he literally creates a superstar. After his match, he inadvertently creates a superstar, doesn't he, in Austin?
I'm led to believe he's a mess, absolute mess as well, isn't he, Jake Roberts at this point?
Yeah, I think he's very, very... I don't know when the Beyond the Mat documentary was recorded. I think it's a few years after this, but he's an absolute mess in that. Like, his addiction to drugs and stuff at one point was awful. Absolutely horrendous.
And the Legends of Wrestling.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view.
Watch that. If we can get hold of that, we should watch that one.
No, I'm sure one of our fans actually sent us a link to it on one of our Facebook pages. I replied to him and said, we'll do it at some point. I can't remember what it was. I'll have to go back and find it, but someone sent us a link.
You're thinking of Battle Royale at the Albert Hall, which we're not doing it ever.
Which we're doing this October. It's a promise, we're doing it.
Jake Roberts has got 8 kids.
Ah.
That's it.
But also, because he carries his snakes. Apparently, he moved in with DDP to like recover, but he moved in with all his snakes. DDP was like, "You need to watch your snakes, mate." Because like they were just crawling around the house. So like, DDP's wife would wake up, but it'd be a fucking snake there. Like, Jake, classic.
A sitcom way it's happening, isn't it?
Yeah, could be.
Your mate, and he brings all his snakes.
I think in the end, they made a really emotionally powerful documentary that I've not seen, called The Resurrection of Jake Roberts, which apparently is really good. It was on Netflix, I think it's gone off now.
Yeah, they took it off.
Yeah.
When I eventually got Netflix, that was one of the things I wanted to watch, but they got rid of it. I'll have to find it somewhere. Yeah. So basically, Jake the Snake turns up with his snake in the bag, and Clarence Mason says, "Hang on, mate, we've got a court order to get this snake removed," which is really confusing for us watching it with commentary. Imagine the crowd. Did you see some fella rolling a piece of paper up?
I guess it's real though, isn't it? Because these days lawyers turn it with a microphone, but you wouldn't do that, would you? You
Could have given him a microphone though, to say what was happened. It'd just be confusing.
I should have done that Roman Reigns thing where he just held it in front of the policeman that time.
Yeah.
When Vince was getting arrested. When Vince was back on TV again. Yeah.
Vince wants to get off TV. Jake Roberts rips it up, but then gets the snake out and sort of just pushes.
So this is what the attitude era started.
Jake Roberts gets his snake out.
First of all, there's a
snake out and
fucking wang.
Jim Cornette with it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'd want the court order as well if someone was doing that to me.
That's how that sell for a bit.
But yes, put a stop to that. Then he eventually takes a snake back, and then Ahmed Johnson comes out, and the crowd got absolutely mental for him.
Yeah.
This is before they realised he was crap.
Is he crap or is he unlucky?
He looks very oily in this.
Yeah, I don't mean he's bad though, does it?
No, I'm just saying, no, it's just a general observation. It was very oily in this.
So we've got a very oily man and someone playing with
a snake. No one wants an oily snake, do they?
Actually, do is alive and well here, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe the actually do is started.
And I believe the Bulldog was wearing his Allied Powers trunks. So I'm pretty sure he had the American flag on the side.
I don't think I'm still busy looking at the snake getting waved about.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But you were. Hey,
yeah.
wait.
Says you was looking at the oily man.
Wait. Lou, what do you rather look at, a man's snake or an oily man?
Well, I was looking at Bulldog's pants on it, so you know.
So no one looks well. If anything, that's worse because you've had to search for that.
2021. No, I mean you could see him in his pants, Ross, because that's why he wrestles him.
Yeah, you can do what you want. No,
Watch the pay-per-view, you didn't have to search your Bulldog pants.
You didn't have to study them, did you?
Yeah, the American flag down the side, that was interesting. A few tassels.
And there's a tag. It goes 30 minutes. This match is dog shit.
I wouldn't say it was that.
He's awful. In the end, Bulldog uses Cornette's tennis racket on Jake Roberts, and then it was like a weird. I thought he was going to go for the classic single leg Boston crab. He just did some sort of weird, strange knee bar. Jake Roberts
the finish was a bit.
It was awful,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a bit.
I think the snake-based shenanigans are weird happening at the beginning of the show. It felt like a very post-match angle before the match.
I wrote down in my notes here, by the way.
Yeah.
This is 16 months before the Attitude Era, so I assume that's 16 months before the screw job. So,
yeah, I believe it was about 2 years before the dog poo.
So we just reversing back for me. He's weird how totally different it is at this point to what it would be like at the end of '97.
Yeah.
This match was genuinely one of the most boring things I've watched.
Big Dave gave it 1 3/4.
That's too much.
1 3/4.
It was just
you wait until the next match.
Oh well, that's not. I'm not classing that as a match. But the match after that was also dog shit.
No, the dog shit was like 3 years later. Also, it was The Rock and Bulldog. The dog poo.
I quite liked Owen and Bulldog in this. I thought they were pretty good.
Didn't do anything.
This leads though, doesn't it? Well, not this, but that tag team. Don't they end up in the what's it? Is it Canadian Stampede? What's it called? Is that the In Your House Canadian Stampede? Apparently the all-time classic one, which we could cover, I guess. We'll get it on.
The one with Brett and Austin and all the above.
That's later this year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's have a look.
Goldust is in it, isn't he?
In Your House 16.
Is the Patriot in it?
No, it's 97. So it is
97.
But it's in July, so we'll see if we can fit it in.
We'll have a look in July, see what else is going on.
So the last In Your House was apparently in 1999.
It was St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah.
Debut with the old Big Show.
But by that point, it kind of almost phased out anyway, hadn't he?
Yeah, well, the last one actually called In Your House. Oh, no, it is that. But
they swapped the names around, didn't they?
The last numbered one is In Your House 16. Yeah. Canadian Stampede.
Yeah, but it's all coming full circle.
There you go. And the Saddle Dome.
Right, this match, what are your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was crap.
It was what it was. I just thought it was weird that the angle was at the beginning. It just felt weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, it felt like some shenanigans at the end of the match. And, like, what's his name? Ahmed Johnson wasn't even there at the time.
I like Jim Cornette being so...
You want a snake-based finish, don't you, really?
Yeah, I thought he could have.
Yeah,
said,
like
"Oh, I've
the
took
banished
snake,
that
yeah."
the banished that snake. What was the snake's name? The Clarence. No, Clarence. That was the lawyer. What was his name? Yeah, this Damien. Damien, wasn't it?
Damien.
Was that Damien though? 'Cause he had more than one, didn't he?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so we've banished Damien, and then fucking I don't know, Steve comes up on the ring,
Yeah.
or he gets whipped into the ropes, and suddenly the rope curls around him because the rope's a fucking snake.
Put a snake in Jim Cornette's tennis racket.
That'd be some Bray Wyatt bullshit. Right
I liked how scared of this snake Cornette was. To be fair,
yeah.
Oh, right, I'm glad you brought Cornette up.
Good acting by Corny.
Because he's supposedly a legend in the wrestling business. I don't get him at all.
That's right. I said, get the internet back on side. Get him back on side.
I just think he's rubbish.
He's rubbish, and we all listen, don't we?
But he's, isn't he? Everything we've watched of him, he's just awful. He just
apparently saved Tommy Dreamer's life.
How?
Because Tommy Dreamer got a curtain to the bollocks and it like knocked him out and like blood was
by Jerry Lawler.
Was it? Oh, it was with Cornette's racket, wasn't it? Well, he inadvertently saved him.
Jerry Lawler. When Jerry Lawler went to the ECW arena, I don't think Cornette was there.
He hit with Cornette's racket, I think.
No, he hit him in the balls of a kendo. It was a kendo stick.
Yeah, but Cornette hit. Somebody hit Dreamer on his back with Cornette's racket, and that woke him up again.
I didn't think Cornette was there. But yeah, it was Lawler who knocked him out because he hit him that hard in the balls with a stick.
Yeah, like all blood was rushing to his balls. Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's not what you want, is it?
Yeah, but I just think he does the same crap in every match.
It's
just, I just find him. I mean, he's supposed to find him annoying, but I don't find him the good annoying.
Well, he provided us with a great commentary call, didn't he? It's out of Pachetti.
Yeah.
So
can't get that right, can he? Too? I just don't get it.
He researched them all. Everyone loved him at the time because he researched all the WCW wrestlers.
Good, it's his job.
Yeah, Jim Ross did do it.
He's been throwing it in for 15 years, Jim Ross. Friend of this year.
No, I can see why people liked him. Apparently, I think he's more popular because of his mindset on wrestling rather than his actual managerial. Like, I don't think anyone's putting him in a Heenan or Heyman category for managing.
No,
or a who else are the other famous managers? Ellerin,
Fuji,
yeah, Drumstick.
Heenan.
So all those guys.
Teddy Long.
Yeah.
T-Will. Slick.
Sharmell. Business Pig. So, Ronald McDonald. So, all the classic managers. But yeah, I think it's more because him and Russo were like almost polar opposites when they were booking together, which apparently is why he was popular at the time. But now,
I can imagine.
Apart from his weird cult,
have been totally opposite.
Yeah.
He goes on about he likes proper wrestling, but he does stupid shit all the time.
Don't touch that shit.
I feel like he's one of those people, and a lot of people end up like it on the internet, wrestling or not, where they kind of carve out a niche for himself and he just has to go for it. So it's like anytime something like non-wrestling happens, like, oh, what's Jim Cornette going to say? What's he going to say this time?
Yeah.
And he feels like, oh, well, I've got to play up to this. So it's like, say the line again. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Right? It's that kind of.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just like say the line, and he just kind of does it. It's like it's a performing monkey, basically, these days.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We did get Matt Miro and the 1-2-3 Kid on phones. I wish they'd do that now.
Now, what's the latest? No, there's a scene later on. There's
I was going to say, it's not even the worst one.
We will get that.
Not even the worst one.
We will get there. They've had a match.
It's fucking brilliant.
Well, you know what I mean.
They've had a match before the show. And I guess they're arguing with each other on the phone, so I've listened to them argue.
I find that quite amusing, listening to them to argue.
Yeah.
We didn't get Gold Dust versus the Ultimate Warrior this year.
I mean,
everybody. This is for the Intercontinental title. This is the Workhorse Championship.
This is a Raw angle. It's literally a skit off Raw.
I was going to say, right, before we get into the actual thing, the Intercontinental title being the Workhorse Championship, is that not the biggest myth of all time? It's not. Yeah, because some people had good matches for it. It's It's an absolute myth.
There he goes again. What's he going to say this time? Who's he going to upset?
But for like 10 years, it wasn't. There was like a few.
Yeah, but nothing was in the actually there. Honestly, like if you're going off Meltzer stars.
No, but this, like the Honky Tonk Man, he was a championship for ages. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, that great worker, the old Honky Tonk Man.
What about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying there wasn't good matches for the Intercontinental title.
Tito Santana.
I'm just saying
Edge.
Big E.
Oh, it's just an absolute myth.
He's wrong again.
It's an absolute myth. Go on.
No, I think it's. I'm going to fall between you both here. It's not 100% true.
So any type. What I'm saying is,
no, but I think like
amount of
probably it's probably got more history. Like
it's one of the most historic titles they've got.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah, but I think it's probably got more history as a workhorse title. Like back in the day, like I think it's probably like not been for a while, but like I think back in like 80s when like you had Hogan on top and he was doing his slams and his yay, you underneath because they used to have to like Hogan main event used to happen like a house show like halfway through the show, so you had to close the show with like a mid card thing. So they used to put the Intercontinental title on last and they do like hour long draws and stuff. So I think that's where he got it from. But yeah, you're right. It's not been there for a while. When you think of the classic champions, like, yeah, there's probably been more matches for it, which you should call it a workhorse. You know what I mean? Like, you're more likely to see it defended on Raw than you are the World Championship.
There are good wrestlers who hold the title. I'll agree with that. I just think it's just an absolute myth. Because there's only been a handful of, like, you know what I mean? The people who they think had the title, there's not actually that many of them.
Yeah, but we all look for everything up at rose-tinted glasses, don't we?
Well, Val Venis,
more recently.
Road Dogg,
Hindsight's 2020, isn't it?
Godfather.
United States Championship's been felt like it more these days, hasn't it? With, Cena, and now Sheamus is doing his own open challenge, isn't he? Big Shamey.
Dean Douglas. These are all ex-champions. The Mountie.
The people some bad periods, but I think like, if you go back to 80s, go to 80s.
The Dean Douglas one was weird.
So right, we've got Pat Patterson, the first one. I'll have that.
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro.
Kempatera, Pedro Morales, Don Muraco, Pedro Morales.
This is where it's coming from. This is where it's coming from. Don the Rock Muraco, my ad.
Tito Santana, Greg Valentine, Tito Santana. Then there's Savage and Steamboat.
There you go.
Then we have the Honky Tonk Man,
Right.
Warrior.
All right, so let's go to like 87. It was the workhorse title.
87? You mean
Sorry,
when
I don't know that one.
had the title for 454
someone
days?
set Alexa off.
Don't know why Alexa was kicking off of that.
Do you mean that 87 though?
Which one?
87 where Honky Tonk Man had the title for 454 days.
Was that not WrestleMania 3? Was that not 87? No, it'd been 86, wasn't it? If you started 84. 86 then.
86 Savage. It was just Savage as the champ. So it was 1 year though. Do you know what I mean?
Right up to that. Like all those guys. Never watched any matches, but they're some of the best wrestlers I've ever seen.
Oh, all right then. So for 6 years.
There you go.
Your longest
For 6 years out of
your longest reign of
50.
modern times is Shelton Benjamin with 244 days in 2004. Then you got Cody Rhodes as well in 2011.
I just think it's one of the
days.
Cody Rhodes made that title what it is.
Randall Keith had it for 210 in 2003.
It's just one of them.
Big Shinsuke.
It's just one of them absolute myths.
Shinsuke Plum Hitter had it for 201 in 2019.
Everyone remembers that, right? Yeah.
It's just one of them myths.
Yeah.
It's just...
It's nice to give it a thing, though, innit? Do you know what I mean? Let it have its thing.
Yeah, I just think when you see the Continental title, this will be good, and then you get shit like this. Yeah,
but no one, if you saw a 10-minute Warrior match and thought this was good, then that's on you.
Yeah, if you thought this was going to be good, you're stupid.
I wondered how they were going to do it. When I saw 10 minutes to get Warrior versus Goldust, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Oh my God. There's something I was expecting, and this wasn't it.
Bear in mind, like a month before this, at WrestleMania 12, Warrior squashed Triple H, kicked out the pedigree 1, beat him in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it did.
My next question is, why is Goldust not counted out?
Well, he is in the end.
Yeah, no, but I mean at the start, like he's clearly out. If this match goes 7 minutes, he's out the ring for a good 6.5.
But we'll get there.
The gold belt looked good though, doesn't it? Very on brand.
Yeah,
I like that they used to do that with that title.
I do miss the cold strap. Yeah, the yellow one was nice, and the white one was
Warrior,
nice.
wasn't it? Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
Yes, you got Hogan versus Warrior.
Who had the sky blue? There was a sky blue one, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a sky blue one. Was that Savage?
I can't remember. It might have been. But I guess now you've got side plates. Back in the day,
yeah,
full on strap.
Didn't have them, did you?
Straps are better than side plates, in my opinion. Strap over a side plate.
I like the side plates.
What I did enjoy about
Shawn Michaels had the sky blue one.
What I did enjoy about this was Ultimate Warrior just sat there, just casually smoking Marley and a cigar, giving it a back, and then stubbing it out on Goldust hand.
Vince was
before we
shitting
get
himself
there,
when I was
Peters,
having.
Oh,
God,
I
you
thought he was
do the intro then,
kitted
Ross.
all the way through.
Yeah.
We get Goldust with Marlena and the bodyguard. Does anybody know who the bodyguard is?
Yes. So it turns out he was Reza from Officer Pit. No, it was Mansour.
Yeah, it was.
Mansour.
Mansour.
I knew he was someone else. You know,
Yep.
I mean, like, obviously I couldn't picture it because Mansour had a bull's head, but I was like, I'm sure this guy will have been someone else. You're not just the bodyguard. No, it's
Yeah, but so he was Mansour. He went to ECW and then he come back as the. But he wasn't there for long as the bodyguard, the unnamed bodyguard. Before it even starts, there's a great Vince quote. He just goes, "You want to get bizarre."
So I mean, because he's invested in the characters he's created, he really goes for it, doesn't he?
It was so weird because
Yeah.
we just had X-Pac and Matt Mira on the phones. He's asking me if I want to get bizarre. And you know what? I thought, yeah, I do. But it wasn't this. I didn't want this. So basically, Goldust injures his knee on the pre-show running away from Warrior. And now it's just him. It's literally 8 minutes of him stalling.
It's a weird take on a match, isn't it?
This is a match. Warrior sits in a director's chair.
Well, like I said, it feels to me it was more like a skit off what you would expect on Raw now.
I just like to say when he was smoking, he lit up that, and then Vince was shitting himself like he's meant to be here to the kids. What's he smoking for? And he goes, "The Ultimate Warrior, to my knowledge, does not smoke." Just like, smoking a cigar, thinking, "Oh fuck." You can see Vince just be like, "What the fuck is he doing? Like, is this the best I've got?"
So
big pop for Warrior though.
Well,
yeah, but was it Warrior?
Is this the theory?
Yeah, is it a theory or so is it real? Is it real?
No.
Let's get into it.
No, it ain't real.
The Warrior, this isn't the Warrior, it's the real Warrior at this point, was dead. That's right, dead.
It's not
dead
true.
as Paul McCartney.
It's not
This
true.
was a different Warrior. You can tell he's smaller, his hair's different. Different Warrior.
What was it, Bo Dallas at WrestleMania 37?
So you mean, he says, you're saying people can't have a haircut and he's got
No,
off the
so
sauce.
this guy was actually Hunica. That's right.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Then.
Yeah, so you're not buying into this whole, you got a new Warrior?
No.
Does it not
I
seem
am
suspicious?
fascinated by conspiracy theories, but not the actual theories. I'm fascinated by why people think of the theories.
Well, because you look at the guy and you think it's not the Warrior. He's changed his hair.
But just in general, I'm absolutely fascinated by him.
His promos were different.
Would you like to know what Big Dave gave this match?
Dud,
Go on then.
Dud, Lou?
-1.
Minus
15.
3.5.
Why did the half on? He's such,
Is he a dick?
such a dick.
Why was the asshole?
Fair enough.
Minus
fair enough.
3.5.
Yeah,
so
it would have been-
comfortably, this is like the lowest thing we've ever watched, I think.
The extra half was because it wasn't the real Warrior.
Because he started smoking.
Anyhow,
Because
why?
of his
On the
line.
front of
To
Abbey
my
Road.
knowledge, Ultimate Warrior does not.
Was
smoke.
Paul McCartney not wearing shoes? Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Paul McCartney's holding the wooden clarinet. The only one that's wood. Why? Because he's coughing because he's dead.
The what?
He's
The
not
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band.
Paul
Yeah.
McCartney's not dead.
What's that?
Paul McCartney, right? He died.
What is that? You never heard of one of the Beatles' most famous albums of all time?
I don't like the Beatles.
Well, they're all so on the front. It's like all these, like they stood there in the middle, and there's all these flowers around. Everyone's looking quite mournful.
Oh
This is
yeah.
secretly Paul McCartney's funeral.
I don't really like. I don't really like.
Is that why all the pop culture icons are there?
If you play "Eye of the Walrus" backwards,
Oh,
it goes,
look right off.
it goes, Paul is dead. Paul is dead. And also, if you play this backwards, you only goes, "Want to get bizarre?" When you play it backwards, I played it backwards to find out.
What is wrong with
Because
He goes-
it's not the actual Warrior. He's dead. So,
Right, well,
big guy proved my point.
there we go. So it was a thing that shouldn't have existed and was awful. Ultimate Warrior won, but didn't retain the title. Didn't get the title.
How would you know? Right, I'm looking at the Sgt. Pepper single. How would you know that as wood?
It's the wooden clarinet.
Because it's
the
like
only
Jake
one.
the Snake
It's a coffin.
Snake.
Abbey Road, Ross. Right, it's a funeral. And Paul McCartney's not in shoes because he's the body.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
There's a gravedigger in there. There's a priest. There's a gravedigger. I can't remember one. What's George?
Yeah, but he's the only one on the others are all in other instruments.
Yeah, but they're not woodwind instruments.
How has he managed to be at his own funeral then? Because the other Beatles.
No, because it's the other guy, but it's symbolic.
So don't gone full Undertaker and buried someone alive.
Yeah. No, because he died, but they didn't want to tell the fans.
Right. Okay.
But did you not notice that the Beatles just stopped touring in the mid-60s?
You mean when they broke up?
No, before then.
Right, shall we move on to the next?
No, they hadn't even done the goal. They hadn't even finished the goal, doesn't worry.
I mean, is there anything to say other than it's all right?
Yeah, the bodyguard gets beat up.
The bodyguard does get beat up.
Kevin
Tupac's
Costner is not happy.
Tupac's still alive.
Right, he's living on a fucking island with Elvis, is he?
And Michael Jackson.
Biggie Smalls. They're all there. Right, no, because he changed his name to Machiavelli. You rearrange that, it says "I'm alive, care."
I think
who's this? Who's changing it to Machiavelli? Anyone who's there?
Tupac. Spit facts.
He got shot. That is what it is.
Yeah, he got shot. Did he get shot?
Shot for running his mouth. You know what I mean?
Wow.
We're not getting into East Coast versus West Coast.
Anyway, so the whole point is, yeah. So is this the real Ultimate Warrior? We don't know.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And it was crap.
The real Warrior.
Yeah.
Good idiot. Absolutely. Basically, fucking Warrior wins by count out and then celebrates like he's actually won the title.
But should have won it a lot earlier by count out in my book.
Oh yeah.
So.
He beats up the bodyguard. There we have it. Then we get Doc Hendricks. He's reporting on the Bulldog.
Did we?
Hang on a minute. We've missed a bit about the Warrior, and not the fact that he's dead. But he puts on the wig. And
I was trying to get there, but you was talking absolute shit.
He looks
when the Tupac's alive.
He looks more like Michael P.S. Hayes than Michael P.S. Hayes did. That's it. The new Warrior was Michael P.S. Hayes. So who's this Michael P.S. Hayes then?
This is Doc Hendricks, not Michael P.S. Hayes.
Oh my God! What? I'm gonna lie down. I'm generally gonna have to get a drink of water. You guys move on to the next match.
Lie down.
While I go and calm down. Oh my days.
Will it be the real Lou who returns?
So
basically, Doc Hendricks is reporting on British Bulldog trying to get into Shawn Michaels.
He's got the Zubas on as well.
Of course he has. He don't wear anything else.
Did we notice there was been a bouncer outside the dressing room door?
There was Cornette there, wasn't there? There was...
And El Hebner.
Was it El Hebner?
I mean, El Hebner is not an intimidating man.
What?
Yeah, he just stood outside the door. El Hebner, not even in his ref gear either. He's in like his proper civic clothes.
He's been employed to do something else. Was he there? Was Dave there? Dave Hebner there?
I don't know. He's probably selling some dodgy t-shirts.
They both did it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both got sacked for that.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, bouncer Hebner.
Yeah, bouncer. Yeah, well, he worked, so he didn't get in. So he's doing his job.
Sure.
Move on to the next match then. Vader versus Razor Ramon. So Vader's with Jim Cornette. This match went 14 minutes and was awful.
I actually quite enjoyed this.
What enjoyed what? What did you enjoy about this match?
This match I thought it was quite cool. I enjoyed Vader. I enjoyed them commenting about his nose disappearing.
God, they just looked at each other and then did 3
Yeah,
moves.
he did say that Vader has no nose, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
But I was like, well, how's he smell?
Terrible.
Hey.
Zing, zing, zing.
Finland
doesn't exist.
I've not made a lot of notes on this match because I was just watching it and enjoying it. I like Vader.
Where is his big mask? That's what I want to.
The Master. Well, is he? Where's he the Mastodon? Is he the Mastodon in WWF or in New Japan?
What his big?
His big mask. So he puts it down and goes, "Whoa, something cool's gonna happen." He goes,
the big Warhammer mask.
Yeah.
Vader's not in the Hall of Fame. Weird that.
Rest in peace. Saw Vader Access one year.
What he'd have gone in posthumously.
I thought they should have put him in really because he announced it had a year to live, and really they should have put him in then. To be honest, it would have been good for him. What I do love about Vader is that like right at the end of his career and right at the end of his life, sadly, he was tweeting about Will Ospreay, wasn't it? That it was like, oh, I didn't wrestle, he can't sell and stuff. So someone in the UK actually booked Will Ospreay versus Vader. Vader refused to lose and he had to go to double count out. He was like 58. We lost Vader part of his career.
Well,
Double count out with Vader.
he had the whole thing in WCW, didn't he, where he was the New Japan champion and they wouldn't let him lose.
Yeah.
They
Took
just
himself
kept-
very seriously. He nearly killed that guy in Kuwait, didn't he?
Who?
Um,
Oh, the reporter guy.
the reporter guy where he grabbed him by the neck,
Yeah.
on Kuwaiti TV. That was random.
Old school, isn't he? He's the last of the old school.
Very
isn't he,
old
this
school.
period?
Yeah.
But it was real to them, god damn it. This match then, there's a few things happen. I've wrote everything down that happens. Vader gets clotheslined over the top, Garnett gets involved. There's a Vader bomb that gets 2. Razor Ramon attempts to raise his edge but can't do it. He then hits an electric chair. Then Vader wins after he sits on him.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that again.
That's the match.
That this is Razor Ramon's last pay-per-view match.
They weren't going out on top, was he?
You got to go out. You got to go out looking at the lights, haven't you? That's the old saying.
Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it, to think that this was like his last match in WE for what, 6 years?
6 years. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, it seems a lot longer than that, doesn't it? Yeah, because he came back, didn't he? To something we've covered.
2002 jump to Bradshaw.
I mean, this was better than any of his matches in his next run. So that's something.
He had 2 matches. Didn't he have many, did he?
One was against Austin, wasn't it?
One was against Bradshaw.
Yeah, that'll be it, really, wasn't it? Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
gone. Then he was in the TNA.
Which again we've covered.
Yeah, God.
So
Go watch that. It's in the archives. TNA's first ever pay-per-view.
What do we make of Vader as a wrestler, though?
I was quite excited about this because I like Vader. I like some of his matches, but this was just boring.
yeah, I've got a
don't
mate who
think
thinks
he
he's
should.
like genuinely one of the best of all time. Vader.
I thought you were going to say that. A mate that just thinks he's the best of all time, not Vader. It's a real big-headed dickhead.
Shout out to I'm joking. But, yeah.
Oh,
Oh God, the complaints.
He's the only one who listens.
I like Vader. For a big guy, he's so athletic as well. Like, I think he's quite an underrated wrestler.
Yeah, which is why I'm disappointed in this match, being boring as hell.
He's like Bam Bam Bigelow, and he's like another Bam Bam. Who's another man who's not in the Hall of Fame? Which I learned the other day. I thought he was.
Yeah,
It was with him.
But yeah, they both remind me very similar. I like both, and again, I think this was wasted on Vader.
I think Vader was in the mix for the championship at this point, wasn't he? But Shawn Michaels just said, "Nah, no, not you."
Didn't he work with Sid instead?
Yeah, he didn't fancy it, did he?
I think he had a match, didn't he? Vader stiffed him, and he didn't like it.
Yeah,
and it was at the point of his high politics.
I was
But
going to say
that was Vader just being
this is
Vader, though, wasn't it?
fair as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, before I lost his smile.
You gotta say, like, I don't know. You know, sometimes when anyone's like strong style, like, oh, he really lays him in. Is that the sign of a good wrestler? Surely the whole point of wrestling is it's not real.
I think there's a fine
If you
balance.
just wail on your opponent, is that good wrestling?
There's a fine balance.
Yeah.
To me, there's a fine balance. I think it gets the respect out of the other people that you're going hard, but then you get in the Shinsuke level where it's good, and then you get the hardcore Holly level where it's just prick.
Bitch for a dick.
Well, Mr.
Yeah,
Kennedy, in his wrestling school, he says if people don't like pull back on the punches, he makes them punch a post. You know, the ring post. He says, you'll soon stop doing it now.
I was going to say the thing is you've got to make it look believable as well. That's the thing. You've got to make it look believable, and if that means hitting someone a little bit hard, ultimately that's what it's got to be, isn't it?
I just think though, yeah, I get you've got to make it look believable, but you can make it look believable. I just think if you can't do a punch right and you're just punching somebody rather than like pulling out at the end, how are you going to trust somebody to do a suplex or a pile driver? You're not, are you? Guys are doing serious damage.
I think the hardest things to do probably are the strikes to make them look to not hurt somebody.
Yeah, but if some people do them and some people can't, they must be able to do it.
Weirdly, in this match, Scott Hall was renowned for having one of the best working punches, wasn't he? So you've got Vader who just throws potatoes. And you got a Shane
McMahon that still does it nowadays as well.
Yeah. If nobody could do a working punch, then I'd be like, well, it's just part and parcel of the thing. But people obviously can.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been that old school mentality of it, isn't it? Like, the more I read about wrestling journalists, the more like I'm glad I didn't really pursue it longer than 2 weeks.
I think the thing is, as well, you get some people that respect you for taking it seriously, and then there's some people that even if you take it seriously, just will never respect you as well.
I guess the important thing is like if some people that are going hard, but you know that in advance that that's what they do, fine. But if you're going to like Bob Holly again, and you just basically shoot on someone
like that kid in
because your dick's small, then
Matt Capitelli.
Yeah,
hey, Bob Holly is the Bob in the Bank champion.
Yeah, and he also has a micro penis.
Well, again, not looked. I think there is obviously things happen. I think Mick Foley said about Stone Cold. Stone Cold was great until he made his comeback and he got too excited. He just started lobbing them in.
Yeah, the legal team just texted me to say that Bob Holly metaphorically has a micro penis, but we don't actually know his dick size.
How big is Batista's dick?
He's a proper swordsman, isn't he?
Should have gone to gimmick that whole title for like 2 minutes, just like Bruce, but never mind.
No, but he is. He knows the is. People want to know. From what I gather, that's what he does.
Shall we move on?
Yeah. I think after the match, then, so Vader wins after he sits on him. They're just not bothered. They're not raising him on because Doc Hendricks comes out and says, "Nah, you're going to face Yokozuna at the next one." So we just forget what happened there.
Yeah,
because Razor Ramon, okay, he's doing what he's gone.
He's gone, hasn't he? Well, they pulled him from WrestleMania, didn't they? He was having a lot of drug test failures around this time, where everyone was like, is he there? Or is Vince just trying to bin him off? But I think he was meant to face Goldust in the backlot brawl, but it turned out to be Roddy Piper.
Allegedly, he refused to fight Goldust.
Yeah, didn't like
because
it.
he didn't like Goldust's thing, and he was worried about his kids or something.
You got to question that, haven't you?
Well, that's according to Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't mean you got to question that. I mean you got to question the man who thinks that, like, I can't work with someone because I might become gay. Like, it's not what happens. Like, it's not how it works. Like,
you don't catch it.
Yeah, you can't catch gay.
But that's apparently why I didn't work with Goldust.
Yeah.
We think. I think this is what he was on about. We have two superstars live on cyberspace.
Oh God!
Who are them two superstars? It's only Paul Bearer and the Undertaker.
And what colour is the room?
Oh my God!
The room's obviously purple. It's the Undertaker.
It's just like live on cyberspace, and then. It's just Undertaker stood behind his computer, like, what is a computer? So what was that, like a chat room or something? It was like an AOL thing? Is that what it was?
I think so.
I think it was a very early days of, like you say, the chat room thing. So it's something that we've seen a couple of times, isn't it? We saw it.
There's that famous gif of Shawn Michaels behind the computer, isn't it? Yeah.
New Year's Revolution 2006.
Yeah.
We've seen it a few times, haven't we, throughout the podcast? And I think this is like the earliest sort of setting of it, but just to see Undertaker.
Why Undertaker?
A dead man to be wearing.
You reckon he was there just typing "rest in peace" like the entire time? Like,
who's that right?
He didn't say a lot back in there, did he?
No, Paul Bearer was doing all the typing. Undertaker.
What was he saying? Oh yes, Undertaker.
I don't know. Boomstick Kayfabe died later on. Undertaker on the old cyberspace. Jesus Christ. But imagine we were too young to remember the beginning of the internet.
We didn't have the internet at that point.
It was like a thing, wasn't it?
Oh, I remember getting the internet, Ross.
I remember getting the internet, but when we got the internet, it was already a thing.
We had a book of websites. An actual book. It was like www.kellogg's.com. Just been seeing it on the back of it.
It is a little snippet into Tez Patez's mind.
Oh, bloody hell.
Nobody wants to go in there.
You can get boobies on there.
Kind of wish the internet didn't exist sometimes.
Well, why would we do this podcast? That's a video.
No, but I just mean like life seemed a lot more simpler than it without.
I go back and forth on this, Piers. I think the internet, yes, it's great and it's brought the world together. But also, there's a lot of people do a lot of weird shit that I was fine not knowing that they did.
Yeah.
I don't need to know that some guy dresses up as a dog and crawls back. It was fine knowing before I knew that. Didn't need to know it.
Ross, just unfollow me for God's sake.
Do you know what I mean? I don't need to know that there's a guy who kisses light bulbs before he goes to bed every night. Do you know what I mean? I just keep your weird shit off the internet.
I mean, isn't that what the internet's for, though?
Is it?
So yeah, so weird shit and keeping in touch with friends.
And then knowing which friends not to keep in touch with because doing all this weird shit. Yeah. In the internet, just for checking football scores. It's literally all and shopping. It's been shopping a lot better.
Shopping's been good. What I think, I think as well, like serious point about internet. Like some of my closest friends are still from school, and I don't think we would have kept in touch nearly as much as we do now.
Do you mean like me when I went to
for social media? Like he's like, you see that Rick and Morty episode where there's those bugs like get into people's memories, so they think like they've been there the entire time. Yes. That is Terry in our like school friends chat, because somehow he's got in there. And even he says, he's like, what happened to Dill? It's like, you weren't even there.
You don't even know him.
You weren't even there.
I've met him.
Yes,
no. You've not met Clayton.
No one has.
He's gone missing.
If you are listening, Clayton.
Clayton. It's Terry Peters from your former secondary school. Hello.
God. Imagine that would have been. Our secondary school was terrible. The other one made it even worse.
No, you didn't. You were there. That's what's happened.
Now. I'd have been like,
he's got to have memories.
What would I have been like? Year above you?
He was a year older than me, aren't you? So.
Yeah. Oh, that means you'd have probably bullied me actually.
Anyhow, I think the internet is good and it's bad. But then everybody's not. People hijack everything else.
But then I suppose we wouldn't have been able to watch this glorious pay-per-view.
I think you're mixing internet and social media up.
Yeah, okay. Social media is the worst. It's the absolute drizzling shit.
Yeah, it is.
But where's your mate's racist uncle going to get his news from if it's on social media? You know what I mean?
This is it. Do you know what I mean? Before the internet or social media, some of them have gone, there's a global pandemic. We all have to stay inside. They've gone, oh shit, we do.
But there's some home truth that got out there, because if it wasn't for the internet, we'd have all thought that was the original Warrior tonight. So I would have been listening to the Beatles, thinking it was the original Paul McCartney all along. So it's thank God we got in there.
The only good thing to come from the internet is you could chat to in 1996. You could chat to the Undertaker
and Paul Bearer.
Oh God! Right, moving on then. We've got the Body Donners. They're the champions against the Godwins.
Who
WWF tag titles?
Right. Bit of trivia for you.
Yeah, Midian.
No. No. Who is Zip?
One of them's Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Fuck.
I mean, come on.
And the other one is Chris Candida.
Candino, yeah.
Skip and Zip. Yeah, they're with Sonny. They're the Body
Zip
Donners.
that's Dr. Tom.
And then we have
Henry's. No, it's Phineas that's Midian, I think.
Henry O and Phineas I.
No, I didn't know that actually. I just thought the Godwins were the Godwins.
You don't know the Midian? Dennis Knight?
Nah, didn't know that.
Yeah, Dennis Knight.
I think it rings a bell, but I wouldn't have immediately thought, that's Midian.
Yeah, it became Dennis Knight, and then he just got kidnapped and became Midian.
Dennis Knight. Dennis Knight, the character who steals the eggs in Jurassic Park.
That's Dennis Nedley. We've discussed this before.
Have we?
Because we've got with the Godwins, because Henry O. Godwin spells hog and Phineas I. Godwin spells pig.
Yeah,
shit, I genuinely, you're blowing my mind tonight now.
He came out with Hillbilly Jim. Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Oh no, he is.
Legends say he's still in New Orleans talking about it.
No fucking Hillbilly Jim is. I do remember the Godwins came out for Undertaker's retirement last year, didn't they? In the Godwin attire.
Well, the Midian was in BSK, wasn't
he? Yeah. Only them and Kane in the race.
That we saw, was it at one of the Raws that we covered where he's tied up and he was like, "Let me go."
Yeah, when he was Dennis Knight, he got.
Oh right, Midian.
Yeah, that was Midian.
Wasn't it? Fucking Hillbilly Jim. No. I don't remember that.
I can't imagine Hillbilly Jim would just be tied up going, "Let me go."
Let me tell you something, JR. That would have been fucking
JR.
Yeah.
No, so Midian.
Stop referencing JR. Say something about him. Or...
So Dennis Knight was Midian and Naked Midian, and Phineas I. Godwin, Tex Slazenger and Leatherface. There you go.
Yeah, so he was like a hog farmer, and then he became like a spooky dude, and then he just started whipping his clothes off.
And then he wore a bum bag or a fanny.
He became a chef, didn't he?
Was he the guy who became obsessed with Cartman? No, that was John Tanner.
That was Earthquake.
Golga, yeah. Different guy.
So they're Godwins. They have a match. This match is just terrible. It's 7 minutes. Sonny is sort of tricked.
I forgot to say, sorry, the last match, Big Dave gave it 3 1/4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's decided that before it even happened. So Sonny's tricked Phineas into thinking that he's
It's
a lover
weird
there.
that Sonny and Chris Candino used to go out for a while, didn't they? So it sort of makes sense why they were together on this one.
Well, there's two in ECW as well, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, but like in relationship terms, they actually had a proper relationship before she.
Have we had Sonny and Sable on this?
Sable's on the pre-show.
Sable's on the pre-show.
I saw her at one point. She was there. Wasn't she?
Yeah, you see her later on because I've got something to say about.
And she was on the phones as well with the old 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah.
So basically, Sonny has tricked Phineas into thinking that he's in love with her. She likes him, and there's a photo, signed by Sonny, I guess. Henry O hits a slop drop on Skip. The rest distracted with all the photo shenanigans outside. Skip and Zip swap places because I guess they look similar. And then
even though they don't at all.
Zip wins it with a small package on Henry to retain 7 minutes.
Yeah, twin magic.
Terrible again.
I did like the little swap thing. I did like the little swap.
Yeah, if they look the same.
Yeah, if they look the same, which they absolutely don't, because one's got long blonde hair and the other one's got short blonde hair, but we'll gloss over that.
That's it. And then Phineas walks off with a picture of Sonny.
What was,
I'd written more notes about
handstand kick thing. What's that I wrote about?
Oh yeah, the handstand kick. That's his
Yeah, classic handstand kick.
Handstand. That's what it's called, handstand kick.
I don't know. The cradle was a bit of a mess, wasn't it?
The match was a mess, wasn't it?
The inside cradle was a bit
absolutely
of a mess.
Terrible.
I quite like the body donners. I thought they were all right. What? What? I didn't mind
you just love shit tag team.
I also liked Kiss Demon versus Vampiro. So.
Yeah, you can't have an opinion on anything ever again after saying that was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was not a good match. You couldn't even fucking see it.
Exactly, it's a good match. Big Dave gave this 1 3/4, so the same as the first match.
Yeah, but too high.
Would you say, two tag teams too?
Would you say this was better or worse than the first tag match?
I didn't think you could have a worse match, but this was worse.
They were just about for it.
I thought this one was better.
I wasn't offended by him, but I also didn't care.
Who?
Both matches.
I thought this one was
whole
better.
Card.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
yeah, I preferred this one to the first one.
Did you see
like an Owen Hart tag team match? What's going on here?
No, I like them as a tag team, but I didn't like Armour Johnson and Jake Snake, whereas these liked them both. And the Godwins, I've never liked the Godwins as characters. They've always annoyed me, and that's probably because they're doing the job right. So fair play to the Godwins.
There's the good guys in here.
They're the faces.
They're the good guys. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
don't they have a hog pen match with Triple H at some point around this time?
Yeah, I bet they stink.
Yeah.
I bet that slot bucket stunk in real life if you got that chucked on you.
Would they give it, won't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say there wasn't. We said earlier there was no thingy. There's 2 fucking pig farmers.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's loads of jobs. There was a bodyguard called the bodyguard.
There was an Ultimate Warrior called the Ultimate Warrior.
Todd Pettingill selling his sports tee and hat pack. That was hip and cool.
Was that it? I didn't write that down, but I should have known.
It was great.
To say about that.
Well, it was
do it now because I don't know when it came in.
I think it became before this because I'd written more notes about this than I had the tag match. But he had a sports tee and hat pack. They were like glossy polo shirts, weren't they? Like synthetic polo shirts that you could get a wrestler's
yeah, because Vince goes, "Look at the stitching on that." It's like,
I'm glad he told us what sports t-shirts were.
He goes, "Yeah, they actually went into great detail about what a sports t-shirt was, polo shirt is." Yeah, and they look really hip and cool.
Do you know what I worked it out? It's like a PE teacher's polo shirt. They're made that material, aren't they?
Yeah, I just assumed it was a polo shirt with a badge.
Nah, it's like it's like a.
And then
it's a bit like a football shirt.
Yeah, it's like in between a normal polo shirt and a football shirt, isn't it?
I imagine it's like a training shirt.
It's a bit like Adam Allen's Adidas polo shirt that he took to crack out because they want to iron.
Adam Mullins, if you're listening, iron your shit.
Shout out.
Then again, I don't iron, so.
No, it's a genius move. He just got up straight away, put his clothes on, and he was out.
Just start iron. Boring. It's more to like than ironing.
You could do a podcast all yourself with these stories.
Yeah, you could. We'll get him on. We'll get him on. When we do WCPW World Cup final, we'll get
we'll get the band back together.
We'll get the band back together for that.
Well, to be fair, we'll need to because Tim Peters can't remember any of it.
True. I know. We'll just give us like a month to edit out anything Aaron says. So fine.
Yeah, hell, you'll win. Yeah, that was so we've come up that. Then we get Matt Mero. Then he's upset that Hunter Hearst Helmsley got involved with his match earlier on the 1-2-3 kid.
You could hear him.
Matt Mero.
Yeah. Can't hardly hear him because they're playing the highlights from earlier in the night with the commentary on, and he's like whispering. I genuinely couldn't understand what the hell he was saying.
Maybe he was whispering because did he lose?
Yeah, he lost by DQ.
Yeah, but
I didn't win by DQ.
Oh, he won by DQ.
But that's what I'm saying. He won, whatever. They're showing the highlights with the bloody commentary on, and he's whispering. You cannot hear a word of what he's bloody saying.
Go on the point, because you had to ring up and find out what he was saying.
Yeah, bring the front lines. You had to ask the Undertaker in cyberspace.
Yeah, you send an Undertaker a message like, can you get Matt Mero to ring me, lol?
Here, mate, what's Matt whinging about? Not you, Matt Mero.
So they'd ring up, yeah. Good stuff.
And Paul Bear would be like, yes.
And
we should play that.
What would Paul Bearer be like?
What?
Either what would Paul Bearer do?
Yes.
You come on, do your impression again.
No.
Do your impression again. We didn't hear it. The crowd didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's like that.
Undertaker. Oh.
Is that the real Paul Bearer?
It's him there.
He's just here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is it the real Taker? Because there were two of them for a bit.
Say, Paul Bearer changed his appearance a bit, didn't he, in the midnights? Do you reckon?
He went blonde for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, was it the same one?
Oh, for goodness sake.
All right, there's a video package then of Shawn Michaels and Diesel.
Ball Bearer.
What is wrong with you?
Dunno.
Well, we've got to try and make this entertaining somehow, haven't we?
Yeah, because the show's shit. There's a video package
this match in
of Michaels and Diesel.
Good promo.
Wow, I won't be Diesel after this.
Well, no, you won't, would you? Because you bury him.
You couldn't handle the pressure. He's taking his ball. He's going home. Fuck him. Basically what I said.
And there was a bit of oh shit, we better get Bret Hart back on sides. Where there's like somebody call him the greatest champion of all time.
Yeah. Fuck you, Hogan, too. Yeah, Bruno had gone by that point. He didn't like him. Yeah, I guess he was. Like, if you take out the fact that they kind of couldn't really Savage and Hogan had got to the WCW, Bruno Sammartino was like, fuck this for that fight, going back until like another 20 years, please. I guess he was.
Yeah. Yeah, because who else is there? Warrior, he's going.
Pedro Morales
at this point?
No, he'd only been in a couple. No, he had only because he lost to Hogan at WrestleMania 9.
Yeah.
In that show that we announced and then did record. Like that one.
Next year, we announced it for next year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we swapped WrestleMania for this.
You know there's not more that I love than Hogan.
Yeah, we swapped WrestleMania 9 for this one. So in some ways, you're welcome because this is better. I've seen them both. This is an hour shorter.
Well, that I was thankful for.
Yeah.
We didn't get promos from both of them.
We also see a famous face in the crowd, don't we?
Well, we're not there yet, Peter.
All right, sorry.
We get promos from both of them.
We see a famous face in the crowd as well, don't we?
Yeah, we'll get there, Peters. Calm down. And then Diesel...
We've got to pad this out. It's a short show.
Diesel goes all Kevin Nash and just acts like a dick.
You know...
And then asks if Vince is watching and says he likes it when it's live.
Yeah.
And she's a dick, isn't he?
Kevin Nash, Ross, you a fan?
Kevin Nash was terrible for wrestling.
Why?
Because he's just a dick, isn't he? He's awful. He's absolutely awful for wrestling, full stop.
Yeah, you kind of feel bad for Vince, don't you, in this scenario? Because I think that Kevin Nash is generally just dicking him when he throws his jacket at him and that. Lawler doesn't help. I feel like at one point you can tell that Vince is just genuinely annoyed at Lawler. Like, you fucking stop it, please. Like,
he must be.
I think it's like midway through the match where it's like, hey, look at this, and the pants are, and Vince is like, fuck's sake. Because I'm with the bear for the internet. People must be cottoning on at this point that Vince owns the place.
think there was, wasn't they? But
I don't really.
It's like an open secret at this point. Like it's not acknowledged on telly.
I was going to say I don't really know when it came out as a thing.
I remember it being a storyline when Bret Hart was first, wasn't he? And that was like, it must be 97. I'm sure it was in his last year when he was turning heel. And he was the first person. And obviously, Montreal happened and it all kicked off. But I think it was kind of, which basically is, well, you know, why Montreal? Was it a whack?
I still think it was.
So he's into the baseless conspiracy theories now. But yeah, so I think at this point people must have known. And you know, he likes a good inside reference, doesn't he, Kevin Nash? He was doing a curtain call a month later, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he kept going on about the click and all that crap.
Yeah, well, that was Shawn Michaels also been a dick though, wasn't he? Because that was what he called his fans at this point, wasn't it? The click. That was that whole inside joke.
They just can't help themselves, can they?
Yeah.
I think it's just like Shawn Michaels at nearly his peak worst, isn't it? Like from this to sort of WrestleMania 14 well, that was next year, wasn't it?
98.
2 years.
Beginning of
98, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels is a complete asshole. Kevin Nash is a complete asshole.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels' book, like that he wrote just after he came back from retirement and found God in that. Oh, it's hard to like that guy. It's like the written equivalent of Sasha Banks on the SoundCloud podcast.
Don't get me started. Sasha Banks.
It's a different time as for them. But you know what I mean? You're like, I don't know if I like you. I've never really warmed to Shawn Michaels.
Well, we missed you.
But I've noticed as well, though, that there's a lot of genuinely when I've been on like wrestling forums and wrestling groups, it might be something to do with the countries and the personalities and that, but British people don't seem to be into Shawn Michaels as much as Americans.
We were Bret Hart fans. Yeah,
I think it might just because he's quite brash and we're just not about that as well.
See, I only remember Shawn in his second run. Second run.
Welcome, Sean Connery.
Second run. And I really liked him. But
I didn't care for him.
But I don't remember this stuff, and this stuff makes him look like a bit of a knob.
His second run, I didn't really care for him.
He's
never been one of my favourites. Maybe there is something in that.
Yeah. Well, just a bit of a dick about the lads, this main event. It was quite good, actually, considering it was just
I enjoyed this main event.
You could tell they were mates and they enjoyed working with each other.
Yeah, because I think they both would have put shit shows on.
It's almost like...
I was going to say, the thing is...
That's probably why... When I said it was like weird, it's probably why Vince might have done it. Thought, let's get one good match out of them both.
Well, I was going to say, the thing is, they wouldn't have done half this stuff for anybody else, but they trust each other to do it as well, because you can imagine them not trusting anyone to do some of the spots in this match.
You can tell they're good friends.
Table spot.
But also...
Better enemies.
Better enemies!
God damn it!
So it is for the WWF Championship. It's no holds barred. Michaels is with Jose Lothario.
Interesting match site for this era.
Mm-hmm.
The old no.
There's some horrendous stuff in it.
No holds barred. God damn it!
Was that Vince McMahon or the Sith Lord? What the hell was that?
Oh, he's gone. That's it. He's out.
He's got a bad throat. Stop it, Peters. So Shawn Michaels steals someone's boot. Hugo Savinovic's, I think.
Yeah, he steals Mad Dog Vachon's leg.
Look, that's at the end, Peters. If we go through the mat, you are the worst.
I was going to say the same thing. I thought we were talking about it's a fucking leg, not boot.
No, he does steal a boot.
To actually literally rip someone's leg off is too far, in my opinion.
Prosthetic leg. Right,
we'll get there.
Oh, is it prosthetic? That's all right then.
Whipping on someone's old handbag, wasn't it?
Yeah, like a bit, there's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood there. I was like, what's going on?
Like a bit of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. There's then a ref bump.
Do you know you rip someone's leg off?
Yeah, well, we'll get there. There's a ref bump. Diesel takes his belt. You know, right? You think whipping someone's leg off is the worst thing to happen in the match. Oh no, Diesel hangs him.
Yeah,
that was awful. That was hideous to look at.
This is weird, especially for some. Oh. Especially for what we were saying earlier. Sorry, I couldn't get my full tilt on my chair, could I? Where we were saying like how everyone's got a job and it's almost like a million miles away from the Attitude Era. Big Boss Man got hung in a Hell in the Cell in the Attitude Era.
That didn't look as bad as this.
No, this looked awful. But this is what I'm saying. Like, that happened and that was kind of expected at that time. This was so unexpected and looked even worse.
This looked horrendous.
Nobody was trying to get edgy then. When was Pillman's got a gun?
After, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because Stone Cold was Stone Cold, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. But within the year, within the 2 years for sure, wasn't it?
It might have been 96, actually.
Yeah, it was very early on, wasn't it?
Pillman's...
Maybe what we're saying is that the Attitude Era started tonight.
November the 4th, 1996.
Yeah, one fight.
Would that have been after King of the Ring, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
King of the Ring was
So is that when it started?
time?
King of the Ring was July, wasn't it, I think?
Is it July?
Yeah. I think I've got it on our schedule. King of the Ring.
It was hideous. It's absolutely hideous, that hanging.
Yeah.
And then
it's not the best, is it?
Well, it's not the best.
It's June 96.
June 96.
So in between both of our efforts.
And then we get Shawn Michaels powerbomb through the announce table.
Can we
I love
appreciate
that. They didn't clear it. They cleared it.
That looked bad. But they never did anything like that back then, I don't think either, did they particularly? So I think that's probably why they didn't clear it. So
yeah, I did like
more unexpected as well.
Once they'd done it, the commentary team went off. What would happen? I don't like it now where they carry on.
But Michael Cole knows to get out of the way now.
Yeah.
I suppose, like, in kayfabe terms and in real terms, that was like it's never happened before. So it's like, shit, what do we do now? Whereas now, Michael Cole's like, right, here we go again. Because it happens every week.
What made me laugh is when King went, "That's my microphone they've got there."
Yeah.
So he's obviously like nicked Vince's or yanked Vince's. I need to talk down it as well.
Yeah.
But when they do that, like genuinely, like they've not cleared the chair. Whereas nowadays, they would have cleared the chair, wouldn't they? Cleared the desk and everything. This just looks so much more rugged around.
Yeah, I'm sure Bruce Pritchard's mentioned this on his podcast. Of like, apparently, it might be. I can't remember if it was this one or one like it, but apparently, it really fucking hurt someone.
There's a Bret Hart in there where he doesn't tell the commentators and he smashes straight into them.
Well, it was whoever it was, it went through the monitor that injured the most, and it broke the monitor. So they were kind of saying that, like, even though it makes no sense for it to make it safer, they just do it anyway. You know, when you rip them off. Because I think Coleman was like, why do people clear the table and make it safer for the opponent? And he was like, well, these days it builds up the anticipation that someone's going to go through it. Yeah. But that's the only reason behind it. There's just no good way of safely doing it without doing that step.
I suppose you could do it now because the monitors are real thin, aren't they?
They're just iPads now, aren't they? They seem to do it a bit more now, don't they? But they make them too bloody rugged. The amount of people who bounce off it these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say they're real stiff, aren't they?
We've seen that's probably because of Kurt Angle and Triple H.
Yeah, well, it actually happened at TakeOver this year, didn't it? In the women's match.
And Taylor just gives way.
Yeah, they're just like, oh shit, what do we do now? I can't remember what it was.
We've seen a table being destroyed and put back together in the same night, haven't we?
In a different position.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Back.
Yeah, that was when the table was like 10 foot forward, didn't it?
Yeah.
Forward than it normally is, yeah.
There's like a big gap where the tables normally are.
It was the go home Raw, wasn't it, before Mania 32?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. We've also seen Shane McMahon jump off the cell and go through the table.
We have. For the love of mankind.
Probably a more important one.
I know, but you saw that one coming, Ross, didn't you? The table spot. Just, start Raw.
Yeah, it was right at the start of Raw.
Yeah, it peaked at that point. Episode of Raw.
Shawn Michaels uses a fire extinguisher. And then Diesel.
I like a fire extinguisher spot. There's something comical about just someone being sprayed in the face with a fire extinguisher.
The one I don't like is Nikki Bella versus Carmilla. Was that when Carmilla came up to the roster?
I want to say it was No Mercy 2016.
I think it was. And Danny Arnold's bad match or something. They had a thingy match. And Nikki Bella basically just followed Carmilla around the ring, spraying her with this.
Yes, that was crap.
And it was horrendous. And then she ended up winning it by that. You didn't even hit her with it.
You want the little sneak attack, don't you? When they're just picking you up over the ropes with your hair and you go.
Yeah. Because that's what they'll get you. Not if you just follow them around the ring.
Just firing someone with it.
So I do like a fire extinguisher, except Nikki Bella.
It's got to be a surprise, isn't it? It's got to be where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Diesel thinks he's had enough, so he gets Maurice Mad Dog Vachon. He had to retire early. What's his name?
What? Mrs. Wife? He's not happy with me, is he, again?
I don't know if his internet's gone off or just staring you.
No,
staring a hole for him. Staring a hole for him.
So what happens here then, Ross?
So he's a legend, Maurice Mad Dog Vachon, and then he had to retire early.
Luna Vachon's dad.
Do you know what? I read a review and I just like skipped through. And before I made the event, I was just seeing what was happening, like how long things were. It said he takes off Sean's leg, and I was like, I genuinely thought, Lou of Sean's leg. Do you know
She's dead. Rest in peace. When's she presenting? Can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, we didn't edit it. I have to give up saying it.
Fair enough.
Saying when no Hogan's coming.
Yeah.
And then we got so then Diesel just whips his leg off.
Oh God!
Don't even get to use it. Shawn Michaels gets it, and then Vince like, I don't think he knows what it is. Well, what else is it going to be?
Vince is really trying to push the pure babyface thing, and with this and the Warrior doesn't smoke, like
he's got the leg in his
going
hand.
for that. Oh, come on!
There's nothing else a leg can feel like. Jonathan.
Imagine if he did a leggy.
What's a leggy?
It's like a shoey, but from a leg.
People do. I haven't seen people do it, but I'm aware of people who have done it.
From a leg.
Yeah, it's like a scoop, isn't it? They fill the scoop up and net the scoop.
On like a Football Manager live stream on a Friday night, they've done it. Because I've never seen that.
They don't do it on this. They don't do anything on there.
Yeah,
you may catch it at Bell Nation. Touch that TV.
You won't. No, you won't catch it at Bell Nation. But we all know you won't. Because you never do a show it.
Yeah.
Then Michaels ends up using the leg, and then he wins after switching music. 17 minutes.
He should have used the leg just to do the switch of music going from everywhere.
I
Massive.
feel like he would have 3 years later.
Like put it on the end of his foot and then kicked him. Like, so
I would have just slapped the leg on the floor and then tuned up the band.
Just battered him. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Massive pop for Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, well, he's the babyface champ, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boyhood dream came true. It was his first defense, this, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It was WrestleMania 12, was it?
Yeah, that big Iron Man match.
Yeah, and he came down, didn't he, from the rafters on his own.
Sure did.
Yeah.
And everyone who's not seen it claims it was a great WrestleMania main event.
The 60-man Iron Man?
I was not a fan at all.
I don't like anything 60 minutes long.
It's 0-0.
I like it.
Back at like 7-8, Ross, I'm interested. Like,
yeah,
0-0.
no, I agree. Yeah, what is the point doing an Iron Man match? It's not going to be a stupid score.
Yeah,
your boy likes it.
Of course you do, because you like anything the internet tells you.
He likes it.
I watched it the first time. Actually, it was great.
Yeah, no, I watched it when I watched all the WrestleManias that time. What a journey! Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but I'm like, I like 5-minute story-based matches rather than the long.
No, I agree. I'd agree with
technical matches.
That's it then. That was the match. There's a leg involved. I'm guessing old Mad Dog just laid on the floor.
What do we think Big Dave gave that main event?
Probably 4.5.
3.75.
Ding, ding, ding. Ross is the winner.
It's close to 5.
Can't give it 5, can you? Someone had the leg ripped off.
I think that's where the half came from.
Yeah.
Because he only did one leg.
Yeah. If he did on the other, if he ripped his real life leg off.
How many perspectives? Did he only have one perspective?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never met the fella.
I suppose if you only had... If you had 2 perspective legs and one with one off, that's worse, isn't it?
Is it?
You had to hop, wouldn't you? But if you had the bits of both up, you could just walk up. Should do that.
Stop it.
Mad Dog for Sean's
Stop it right now.
Saying.
He's only 5'7". It's because of 4 legs. What's wrong with the lower half of my leg off? I'd only be 5'7". Is he still alive?
No, he's not. He died in 2013.
Rest in peace, Mad Dog for Sean.
Hall of Famer. Vince said he was sure to be Hall of Fame, and he was.
Yeah, deserved. Rest in peace, Mad Dog for Sean. What do we think of the pay-per-view then? For me, it gets a 3.
Out of 5? It's not bad.
3 out of 200.
I thought it was alright.
It was right. I was happy not seeing it before. It's like it's the perfect thing for the internet. It was there. I was happy not seeing it. I've seen it now. I wish I hadn't seen it because it was boring. I've wasted 2 hours of my life watching that.
You got a great podcast out of it.
Well, that's the only thing, isn't it? I've got a great podcast out of anything I've watched. I'd rather enjoyed it though. You know what I mean?
I had a good time.
I enjoyed it.
It was alright. Only an hour and 44. It was nice. I kind of like that short style pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was the best thing about it.
It's easy to watch, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, it's harmless, wasn't it?
it was not. It was like this.
God's sake. God's sake. Can't take him anywhere, can you?
Come on, don't be tight. It's not his fault.
Honestly.
Hey, Peters, what would you give that out of 10? And why is it 6.5?
I'd give it about 5.5.
So you do want to get out of it?
No, I don't mind it.
That's above halfway.
Yeah. I'd watch the main event again. I'd watch the body donners again.
Why do you like shit matches?
I'd give it a solid 5 as well.
See?
Oh,
what are you giving it, Ross? Like 2?
3. I'm giving it a 3.
It was alright, wasn't it?
What's it done to deserve a 3?
It was the most boring thing we've watched. There was one decent match on it.
There was a lot of classic moments on this.
Go on.
The Ultimate Warrior does not smoke. Classic.
A man gets his leg ripped off.
Man gets his leg ripped off. Todd Bangles.
The Undertaker's chatting on the
typical
internet.
sports t-shirts. Undertaker's in a chat room. Undertaker's on AOL. Tapping behind a keyboard.
Undertaker's actually in cyberspace. If you're going to say it, please get it right.
That's right. He's in cyberspace. Cyberspace. God damn it.
I'm never going to watch any of it again, ever.
Vince takes his petty revenge out on Kevin Nash in a video package right before he goes out for a match. Like,
It deserved it, to be fair.
great stuff. Great stuff. I thought it was all right. Fun show.
It was boring.
But did you appreciate at least, Ross, the historical context of why we watched the show?
I did appreciate the timing as well.
Yeah, it was because we're starting. We're on the road to the NWO. We're on the road to the Attitude Era right now.
Well, it was always darkest before the dawn, and this was pretty fucking dark.
I don't know. I said this was pretty dawny.
No, it's a bit Donny.
It was the worst. It
was a Donny Owl, wasn't it? It was just getting a bit Donny. Don French.
Don French is a national treasure.
Bit of Dawn from The Office.
Don from the office.
Yeah, she could give it take her.
Don O'Potter.
Don Murray.
That annoys me, Don O'Potter. Just because your husband has got an O something in his name.
That's what people do now. It's
not a thing. It's not a thing. It shouldn't be a thing if it is a thing.
Who's Dawn O'Porter?
Dawn Porter. She married Chris O'Dowd, so she became Dawn O'Porter.
Who's Chris O'Dowd?
Who's Chris O'Dowd? He won X Factor. No, that was Matt Cavill. No, he won. They didn't win anything. He was on an IT crowd. Right.
Oh yeah, right.
He was drunk on the last leg.
He was.
I know who he is.
Everyone's drunk on the last leg, isn't it?
He was really drunk on the last leg.
Yeah.
Started talking about grapes or something.
Dawn O'Porter was on balls of steel.
Can you say everyone with grapes, please? Oh, where'd you do grapes? I'd like to order a pizza with grapes, please. Classic. I mean, like, fuck Graham Lennon and Raya, but still a great show.
Sad to watch it now.
He is a penis.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Graham Lennon.
Oh.
Who wrote the IT Crowd. And he was also the big Irish guy in Alan Partridge.
Great stuff, Alan Partridge.
He's a dick.
Yeah, but Alan Partridge is probably a dick.
Yeah, he didn't write it, though, did he?
No.
Fine.
That's it then. We'll do that. We'll do a sitcom in the round soon. Or we'll do a full podcast where we just name everything we don't like.
Yeah.
Just
be Ross speaking for 2 hours.
I'd love that. Just get a rant off.
Yeah, that's a good show, though, wasn't it? Enjoyable.
Yeah, good. This bit was good. The actual paper. Don't recommend it, guys.
Well, if you're let's do a Conrad. If you're going to go out your way to watch one match on this pay-per-view this week, what would it be?
A bit last match.
Main event. All the body donners.
Goldust and Goldust and Warrior. And just see for yourself, is that the real Warrior?
Yes. Lou, I'm putting you on the spot here. What are we doing next week?
So I've got booked in. We'll do it now because I'm going to announce it. You'll love this one, Ross, if you thought this one was boring. Extreme Rules 2011.
What happens at Extreme Rules?
Well, I'll tell you what happens. We're watching it in the context of this leads up to the Summer of Punk, but we're not quite there yet. Is WWE in the doldrums? We'll find out. But also, Christian was his first world title.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that main event?
Yeah, right.
Genuinely, what is the main event?
John Cena against The Miz against John Morrison in a triple threat steel cage match, which goes 20 minutes.
Randy Orton versus CM Punk, last man standing. It was when Extreme Rules. Every match was Extreme Rules, I think.
Layla versus Michelle McCool in a no DQ, no count out, loser leaves WE match.
That's what we're pretty much all asking for.
Jack Swagger and Michael Cole, but against Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross.
In a country whipping match.
I hate you sometimes.
But watching in the context, if we're leading up to money, so we've got like 3 big anniversaries. I might as well just tell you my plan this year. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
We've got this. We're 25 years away from like the NWO and all that stuff. We're 20 years away from WCW ending and the invasion happening, and then we're 10 years away from the Summer of Punk. Also, we'll stick in a bit. The 2006 start of ECW, Edge and John Cena as well. While we're going, so most of our shows are going to come through those 4 time periods because they're all nice. They're all nice numbers.
I feel yeah. We're good with that. We'll do with that. So that's next week then. But that's basically the summer. That's a year basically.
Yeah, just told you all. But we're going to change up the format there, and we have a few different themed shows. But for next week, because you put me on the spot and I forgot to plan anything in advance. Extreme Rules 2011.
We'll do that, and then we are going to be doing mix it up.
Yeah.
A new era of wrestling around. Now because we don't have time to watch pay-per-views because we've got a wrestling promotion to run.
It's true, and we've also got real life as well, which is kind of coming scarily fast, isn't it?
Oh, you believe it? It's got the cheek to go back to normal. So time to do it.
It's weird. I'm like seeing people and it's odd.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find Terry Peters on Bell Nation. Google the old Bell Nation. You'll see him everywhere. He's already had his plug. He's not getting another one.
Come join the Bell Nation.
Yeah, come join the nation. The Bell Nation. Louis Lou M. What are you?
Just Lou Markham.
Lou Markham on Instagram and all that. Twitter.
Yeah, just Instagram and Twitter, and that's it. Stop having me on Facebook, for fuck's sake.
Facebook?
No. It happened again.
Mike Brewer and David Seaman.
It happened again this week. Like some weirdo wrestling.
So just to clear up, Lou Markham on Facebook only. Stop following him on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm going to have to change my settings. Right.
You can find me on Twitter as @TheRossM. You can find us all if you just Google Wrestling Around. We're everywhere. But more importantly, join us tonight for the second ever episode of Wednesday Weekly Wrestling. Is that
the one?
Weekly Wrestling?
Yeah, Wrestling Around the Wrestling Federation, Weekly Wrestling. Yeah, I think that's right.
WWF, WWW.
Yeah.
With a main event of...
Sure, what do we say? That's tag match on it.
It was Colonel Sanders and a drumstick against Samoa Joe and Ronald McDonald. Yeah. Grudge match. Thank you very much for joining me, Terry Peters.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Lou.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for sitting through this, for joining us. It was horrendous. And join us next week, where we take a look at Extreme Rules 2011.
Hey, podcaster. Meet Acast. We're the top independent podcast network for creators in the know. We empower you to develop your podcast idea, find your audience, and grow listener relationships wherever those listeners are. You'll also find a whole range of ways to make money, from membership plans for paying fans to our fully curated and creative advertising experience. Visit acast.com/network to find out more. Acast, for the stories.